Which villain do you sympathize for, and why? The guy in Meet the Robinsons, poor fucker. Balder from God of War 4. He was the product of an unloving and abusive marriage between Odin and Freya, after the end of their marriage to Odin, was stripped away of everything she had. Her freedom, the trust of her people, her spirit. The only thing she had left was Balder. But seeing that he would die a needless death in the future, she cursed him with immortality, resulting in him literally not being able to feel anything. This curse, while meant to protect him, drove him insane with rage against his mother. Skeletor, the true heir to the throne and rightful ruler of Eternia, passed up for being mixed race. So he acted out, causing an accident that disfigured and fatally wounded him. He was left for dead by a family with magic powers, having to resort to serving evil and living out the rest of his days as a skeletal shadow of his former self. Doofenshmirtz. He was a hard-working man in a difficult childhood, always being overshadowed by his younger brother and a baking soda volcano. He has broke the boundaries of science that almost seems impossible but is ignored throughout his career as a scientist, as every man does. He seems to have trouble finding a place in the world, so he tries to commit to poetry only for that dream to be snatched away and crushed in front of him. He was a man with a vision, a dream to take control of a small government, to change the lives of many surroundings and many people. But desperate times call for desperate measures as he's forced to take drastic measures to fulfill his dreams. He wanted to be a loving father and give his child a childhood he never had. He was a visionary at his time that society didn't allow, which demonizes him to a gross pulsating image of a man that could have brought hope and light to a better future. King Dedede from the Kirby franchise. The dude gets possessed every Tuesday to the point where he's not doing any evil villain stuff. Also, he cares and tries to protect his kingdom. Just take a look at Kirby's adventure. He took the Star Rod from the Fountain of Dreams to protect Dreamland from Nightmare himself. Far. Nobody has said Wile E. Coyote. That poor guy's entire purpose in life is to fail. 9 Unbreakable Rules of Wile Coyote. https mobile.twitter.com/amasporsner/status/5732285704/photo/1. Mr. Freeze. Just a guy willing to do whatever it takes to save his wife from dying. Medusa. Punished for being raped by Poseidon in Athena's temple and being beautiful. Her 2 sisters stood by her side through thick and thin and fought to keep her safe from all intruders. Perseus creeps in while they were fast asleep on a bed and silently beheads Medusa. He then cowardly escapes, leaving the cries of her sisters, and becomes a hero. I really wish this story didn't exist, or that she was accurately portrayed not as the villain, but a victim. The boss in Metal Gear Solid 3. Because she was only a villain because she had to be. That was the role assigned to her. She was loyal to her mission and to her country until the very end. Snake. History will never know what she did. No one will ever learn the truth. Her story, her debriefing, will endure only in your heart. Everything she did for her country. She sacrificed her life and her honor for her native land. She was a real hero. She was a true patriot. Captain Hook. Greater than Captain Hook must remember. Greater than not to scratch his toes. Greater than Captain Hook must watch out. Greater than and never pick his nose. Greater than Captain Hook must be gentle. Greater than when he shakes your hand. Greater than Captain Hook must be careful. Greater than open and sardine cans. Greater than and playing tag and pouring tea. Greater than and turn pages of his book. Greater than lots of folks I'm glad I ain't. Greater than but mostly Captain Hook. Shel Silverstein. The Wicked Witch of the West. Dorothy killed her sister, stole her shoes and refused to give them back. Spoilers for a 24-year-old movie ahead. The villain from The Rock, General Hummel, was just trying to secure military benefits for his soldiers killed in Black Ops authorized by the U.S. government. This money was supposed to come from a slush fund from illegal weapons sales also perpetrated by the government itself. And his threat against San Francisco was initially a bluff. He was basically trying to look after his men, but became desperate after exhausting the proper channels. Edit. Wow, did this blow up? Woke up to 200 notifications. Jeez. Hades. In the Greek mythology, he pretty much drew the short end of the stick in becoming the Lord of the Underworld. Tom from Tom and Jerry. Kronk. The man just pulled the wrong lever. Jack Nicholson in As Good as It Gets. People don't understand how bad real OCD is and how it changes people and the pain they suffer. If you hate which side of the bed you sleep on and think it's OCD, maybe it is, but you have no idea how bad it gets. The Lords of Cinder. Each and every one of them gave their lives to save the world again and again. Even though it was more of just keeping Gwen's dream alive, and not actually saving the world. Except Aldrich. Eating children is kind of fucked up. Ice King. I mean, before he got the crown, he was a really good guy. The crown messes up anyone who wears it. Dr. Octopus. Otto Octavius is just as smart as Peter Parker or Tony Stark. But because he grew up in an abusive home, he never learned enough confidence to be endearing like these two, and no matter how much he applied himself, other geniuses kept belittling him and brushing him aside as an uncharismatic lame-ass nerd. Basically, he's a version of Peter Parker that didn't have a social support network and turned evil due to years of being unappreciated and having his work constantly overshadowed. Tom from Tom and Jerry. As a child, I always thought he was bad and Jerry was the good one. Later the show's creators said it's the opposite. Also, the actual plot of the story is that Tom likes Jerry and they're friends. But if he doesn't chase Jerry, the owner will think he's lazy and useless and throw him out and get a new cat, who'd probably catch and kill Jerry. Tom, being his friend, doesn't want that to happen, so he chases him but keeps failing to catch him just to please his owner. He was never meant to be the villain.